Slapshot Utah!
Utah Mammoth feeling hot, hot, hot. Wow, the Utah Mammoth are capturing points left and right. They are hot, just like they got to be at this time of year. They have injected themselves right up to the top of the wild card standings in the Western Conference. And John, here at Slapshot Utah, we could not be much happier with the performance of our team. How are you doing this fine week?
Dude, I'm doing great. My football team lost. It was crazy. But now I can divulge all my time straight into the vein of Mammoth hockey. And I'm so excited, Leroy. We are awesome. We're looking great. Are we the greatest team in the NHL right now? I don't know. But to me, we are.
Well, we had that 7-game win streak earlier in the season, and we were all freaking out and thought that we were on our way to a Stanley Cup. Got our feelings a little bruised, had some up and downs, but here we are. I'd say that we're about as doing as well as we could be. Let's talk about it real quick. Overall, what we have, like I said, we are riding high on first place in the wild card standings. We got to keep that up. We went to the game last night together against the Seattle Kraken, and of course, what a night.
Dude,
got her done.
Also, it was great. The game was great last night. But I actually do have a gripe with what I saw last night at the Delta Center, Leroy, and maybe this is going to be controversial. But I know the Delta Center is a friendly family environment that the Smith Entertainment Group wants to keep very kosher and doesn't want things to go astray. But, Leroy, as you and me both experienced last night, on the Jumbotron, when they had hot chicks chugging beer and they had fat dudes with no shirts, they immediately went away from that. And those are 2 of the 5 American staples that we have to hold down and stay true to. Hot chicks chugging beer, fat dudes, no shirts. Why are we not leaning into one of the funnest parts of hockey culture?
Somebody needs to sit the Delta Center cameraman down and explain these rules. First things first, if there's hot chicks chugging beer, we gotta watch the resolution of that beer. What the hell is up? We keep cutting away. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking about it hours later. We gotta keep cutting away from these unfinished beer shots if we're gonna do the chug cam. And by all means, if that chug cam gets photobombed by an obese, hairy male with his shirt off, doing the Chuckles dance, then I'm all for it. But why this cameraman keeps cutting away to the most vanilla content when we have gold right before us? I'll never get it.
Dude, hot chicks chugging beer and fat dudes with no shirts gets the people going, dude.
Yes, so somebody buy that guy a beer.
Well, because the home opener that many of us were very blessed to go see, they had little people doing shoeies.
Yeah.
Remember that?
And drinking out of the prosthetic leg. And
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What happened, man?
Well,
what happened?
The chug cam, we got to get it going. We got to get our priorities straight with that. I'm right. But it was a great game last night. A lot of fun. Now, we did get a call before we get too far into the recap and where we're going forward. We did get a phone call from a friend of the show, did we not?
Oh, dude, not only a friend of the show, dude. We got it from the one and only Coach Bear. All right? As you can see, it's definitely Coach Bear. So let's listen.
Okay.
Hello, John and Leroy. This is your good friend, Barrett Turney. I just want you to know that I told the boys that you need to stop scoring so many goals. It's just not good for me. I don't want to be here no more. My good friend Sean and Sonia, they come and I take the picture with them, and they're good friends. And I know they defend me all the time. And I like them very much, and they tell me that I need to like you guys too. So I like you a lot. And so, but tonight, we score so many goals, and I cannot. I don't know what to do. I think GMBA is going to be mad that I'm making these guys score so many points right now. I don't know what to do. So I think I think I take a little vacation here and go back to Quebec and visit the family and stop and see my friends, Sean and Tanya, and say hi. So good night, my friends.
So
Okay, Sean.
that was after the lashing of the Maple Leafs, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that was a great game. Okay, that was hands down the best Bear Tourigny impression. I've been trying to nail it with my wife, and I can't get the Bear impression down, but he killed it. I would love to hear more of that. Gosh, that was fantastic.
No, that wasn't Sean. That was Bear, dude.
That was definitely Bear. Definitely Bear. Wow. Yeah, once again, it's funny how a good portion of the fan base went from calling for Frenchie's head to maybe he's the hottest ticket right now. What do you think about that?
Oh, I loved it. And I mean, it's like we talked last Sunday. Okay, for example, I'm gonna say this for example because I laughed with my friend about this. I met my friend on Monday at the bar right before the Steelers game. I said, the Steelers are gonna shock the world and win the Super Bowl. In less than 24 hours, when I had my next beer, Steelers didn't even have a head coach. So it shows how fast sports can change. And we talked about it last week. Is like we might win every game, which. Shout out to the Utah Mammoth getting 9 points in the last 7 days. I love that for us. But if we would have lost all those games, we would have been, who the hell are we going to throw into the Great Salt Lake?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, to, reinforce, it's a whole season-long process. And gosh, it sure feels like we're right where we need to be. We're going to keep winning games. I just hope we don't peak too early.
Right.
Hey, we've got a few more to go before the big break. And so we're definitely going to want to talk about what's coming up. Okay. But back to where we've been. It's a 7-game point streak and 9 over the last week. Is that what you said, John?
Well, yeah, because we tied on Monday, which we both thought we'd win. We beat the Leaves on Tuesday.
Yeah, 2 goals for Dylan Gunther in that 6-1 victory against the Leafs.
Sick.
2 goals on 8 shots.
And then who did we beat on Thursday?
We got the Stars 2-1 on Thursday.
We got them 2-1.
Schmaltz and Marino with the goals. Yeah, Schmaltz and Marino, and then we won against the Kraken last night. Veggie.
Great
As
game.
long as he keeps playing, I don't know what his save percentage is, or I haven't seen the stats. But I know that he was 19 for 20 against the Leafs, 26 for 27 against the Stars, and not even that great of a night last night, but still 18 for 21. So he's trucking. Do you got a number for us, John, on him?
I don't got a number on him, but I know who does, Leroy. And let's bring in our friend. He's been waiting.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption in the podcast, but unfortunately, when I tried to bring Dustin in, we had some technical difficulties. We chopped it up, and Dustin gave us some statistics that I've never even heard of. He really is a wizard when it comes to that. So, because of that, I will be releasing the listenable, unlistenable episode only in audio form on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcast. It will not go on YouTube. But for those on YouTube and those that are listening to this, quick reminder, 1717 South Main Street this Saturday, January 24th, for the Slapshot Utah and Big Willie's coat drive for the road home. We're going to have signature cocktails, signature plates. It's going to be so fun, and it's going to be great people there too. So I'm sorry about this episode. We'll be right back. Next week is going to be cool because if you come to the Slapshot watch party, you'll be able to talk into a hot mic. Not even like this one. I'm going to have my real setup there. So, yeah, we'll see you Saturday. And, yeah, let's get back. Me and Leroy are going to pop in right about now.
As you can see, me and Leroy are both wearing different clothes because, unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. The audio was,
man.
We were having echoes. I tried my best to clean it up. I will be releasing the 30-minute or 20 minutes we had with Dustin. It'll be called the unlistenable episode. Yeah, but Dustin, thanks for coming on. Unfortunately, like a lot of like the audio it's so atrocious that we can't do it, Lee.
Yeah, we're that's a quality control threshold that
Yeah.
we're not willing to compromise on. It was like you said, you're going to release some form of it, but we're going to
I'll
have
put
Dustin
it on like Spotify. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to bring Dustin back
Yeah.
next, in a few weeks. We'll do this again.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties. Of course, we did have a good conversation.
Used to this, guys. Yeah, this is new. We're new.
It was our first. Well, it was our first three-way.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have your first three-way, you fumble it up. Okay, sorry. But we had a good conversation with Dustin. And we'll do it again sometime in the future, but we really just talked about who's hot right now. Obviously, Nate Schmidt with a 4-point game.
Yeah.
Which he's just banging it out. And of course, during our conversation with Dustin, I had mentioned that kind of one of the invisible stars on the defensive side of the team right now is Jahn Marino, who's leading the team in plus minus. So, yes, a character like Mikhail Sergachev, he's doing all right, but he's just not putting up the numbers it seems like he was last season. So we're getting a lot of help from unusual suspects.
But dude, this team's crushing it right now. There's really not much for us to complain about. We talked with Dustin. If you guys ever get to listening to the unlistenable episode, the stats are pointing up and to the right for this team, and I'm pretty happy with what we're doing. I mean, dude, they're playing great right now. Bears got them locked in, dude.
Yeah. Look, what are we looking at here? 7-game point streak. We already mentioned that, but okay. So team leader in goals is Dylan Gunther with 23. Clayton Keller is leading the team with overall points at 46. Nick Schmaltz, 44 assists. As we mentioned, Jahn Marino, 31 on the plus minus. And our boy Jack McBain with the penalty minutes, 47 overall. Look, we got a couple games coming up. We got the Philadelphia game and we've got the Nashville game, which of course is on the 24th of January, which is on our coat drive for the road home. But those are both very winnable games. Like, we're kicking ass and taking names and we're just continuing to moving forward. It's looking good pre-Olympics.
I agree. One of the stats that was fun that Dustin brought up, if you guys probably don't listen to, he said, because we have all these woes about the power play, and I see fans talking about, our power play's so bad. Hey, guys, we're not last. We're 31st, all right? Out of 32. 32 is the Philadelphia Flyers. So I think we catch them on this Wednesday. I think we get them. And we're definitely getting Nashville on Saturday. The boys know we're doing it for a good cause. We need good vibes and big willies as we try to help our Utah families.
Yeah. We tried to elicit a Stanley Cup prediction out of Dustin. Couldn't quite get one. We did have a quick discussion about what we thought was going to happen before the trade deadline.
Yeah, true.
There's players available, but the question is are you willing to pay the price? Players like Jason Robertson, probably too much. We don't need an Artemi Panarin. So it's a delicate situation who you pick up. And the real difficult part with Nick Schmaltz, which I think we need to mention is, his contract is expiring. But like, if you get rid of Schmaltz before the trade deadline, you're kind of pissing away the playoffs. And so I think we're going to maybe try and re-sign him, or maybe this is the year he walks. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it can't be going too much better, especially considering that Logan Cooley is out. Gosh, can you imagine if Logan Cooley comes back hot and in good shape? Like, we're going to be ready to make a run, don't you think?
I mean, exactly. And we've speculated on here, like, oh, he's probably not going to come back until at least after the Olympics. And honestly, dude, the team's playing great right now. Let's make sure Logan is completely healed before he even puts the skates to ice. Another funny thing, and I think you'll find this humoring, Whistlegate. So we had a lot of traction from Whistlegate, Leroy. And after like everything, we released on Monday. Tuesday, we played the Maple Leafs. And I found a funny clip from one of the Maple Leafs fan podcasts that pretty much alluded to exactly what I said. That now away teams are going to use it against the Utah Mammoth. So let me share this real quick because it's pretty funny.
Here's the whistling that you can hear in Utah at the Delta Center.
Everybody whistling all
I love this.
Here. This is something new at Delta Center.
That's the whistling that goes on during play. I love it. This is what Clayton Keller had to say.
It's been pretty disruptive, to be honest. If they can maybe quiet that down, but a lot of us have noticed it, and I think it'd be better if it was not a thing, to be honest. Do something about it.
We have hitched our wagon to the NHL and its teams and its stars. Anytime the NHL and its fans try to have any fun at all, they are criticized for it and told you're not needed here. And I hate it, and I think fans hate it too. The first thing I thought of was that famous clip where Nikola Jokic is asked about the fans in Miami booing him and, how are you going to deal with that? And he goes, I played in Serbia, brother. And then it cuts to clips of fans tearing the building down in Serbia. I don't know how those buildings are still standing.
In general, I 100% agree with you. But in this specific instance, he's asking his home fans to not make it worse for the home team. The approach to how we're getting this message is probably the wrong way. I would love to know how the whistling started.
Yeah.
But
I listen.
Pretty much said, what'd you say?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they pretty much said exactly what you and me were saying. Even if you don't like it, it was the NHL and some of these like grandfathered in fans like to just shut shit down. And yeah, we got to stop the whistling, but man, we had something going, Leroy.
Well, look, the whistling is dead. Rest in peace.
Now.
Like, it's not happening. And I mean, it's not something that needed to be in every game, kind of thing.
No.
But I like we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, the way it got handled by everybody, it just seemed kind of stupid. And listen, I maybe a little oppositional defiance disorder, but I don't like people waving their finger at me. You know what I mean? And so it just could have gone down better. And I think KSL drove it. I think Cole Bagley with KSL provoked the entire thing, and I would be interested to know if he even elicited those responses from the players or if they even would have mentioned it. I don't know. Of course, we don't get to control the outlet of that information, and so someone else gets to control that narrative because it's their material, and that's fine. But it's over, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly, but just this will be the final thing I say about Whistlegate. The guy talking in that, his name is Steve Glenn Dangle is what they call him, and it's while Utah's up 6-1 on the Leafs, he tweeted, "Guys, can you stop chanting 'Ref, you suck'? Clayton Keller's trying to concentrate."
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's And listen, he kind of reiterates to an extent too what we're saying. Like, we're never gonna fit in, like,
Never.
you know. And so whatever. Whistlegate is over. It is what it is.
Yeah, it was
Um,
completely
Spi-
dead when we were there last night.
I guess we should mention that Spicy Tuna cut his hair. Did we talk about
Tuna
that?
cut his hair, dude.
So, Samson
Samson lost
cut his locks. You know, still the same player. Look, the team could not be doing any better. Lots of flipping lines around, you know, by Bear, Tourney. It's going to be interesting to see how long we can keep this winning streak going, or if we get to the Olympics and then come out cold. I don't know. It's all going to be an interesting show. But the Mammoth are kicking ass and taking names, and we are here for it.
Agreed, Lee. And I just want to apologize, everyone. Dude, we had such a good episode with Dustin. Like I said, I'll just do the audio only for people that really want to suffer through and really hear some number crunching. But we'll be back next week with a great episode next week. We're also going to release, I'm going to have the live mic for you guys to be on YouTube and give us your hottest takes about the Utah Mammoth at Big Willie's next Saturday for our watch party against the Nashville Predators. And sorry about technical difficulties, guys. As you can see, it's just me and Leroy in our spare bedroom. We're just trying to do our thing. Neither of us are producers, so bear with us while we learn this gig, you know.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Yep. All right. We'll see you on. I hope to see you guys Saturday.